Let's get you the latest detail on our headline story now, and we take you to the Jokske River in Sandton, where emergency personnel are continuing their search for 15 people who were swept away by flash floods. That's where we find Ahmed Kajeereports, and he's standing by to tell us what it is that we are seeing and hearing at this hour. Ahmed.
Thanks very much. Well, emergency services actually started out their operations yesterday when this flash flood initially had taken place. But let me just geolocate you to exactly where we are. We are at the corner of Catherine and Grayston Drive as you enter the Sandton area as well. The flash flood, as you would remember, yesterday's rains in Johannesburg and the north of Johannesburg specifically took place yesterday around 2 p.m. between 2 and 4 o'clock as well. The M1 North coming into Sandton was subsequently closed from Grayston Drive, and that actually took traffic back around 5 to 6 kilometers all the way back towards the Killarney area as well. But in terms of what we are seeing in front of you, and as you will see, the emergency services are still searching for those 12 people who were missing, at least those 12 people who were missing as well. Overnight we had confirmed reports that at least 2 people had died from this particular flash flood. It's still unclear the circumstances around why the particular group was around the Jokske River and how exactly they made their way down towards this particular area as well. We will be speaking to emergency services a bit later on to get official clarity and official account of events from their point of view as well. But just in terms of the last 20 to 30 minutes or so since we have arrived as well, sniffer dogs have been present from the K9 unit of the emergency services. They actually seem to have pointed out to their officials as well that something happens to be in this particular area as well, and that's what we have seen with these emergency services officials carrying out their operations as well. The unfortunate situation that one normally would see in circumstances such as this one is that at times perhaps within the first 12 to 18 hours it tends to generally be a search and a rescue operation, and as we go on beyond the 24 to 48 hours and beyond, it becomes a search and recovery operation. Unfortunately, depending on what we will see coming out of this one, it is relatively difficult to say whether this is still a research and rescue operation or a search and recovery operation, but given what you are seeing in front of you, and given in terms of the rubble and everything else with regards to the water, with regards to the water flow, the rocks and the branches, it is pointing to a search and a recovery, unfortunately, as well. And if, as we mentioned, that we're on the corner of Catherine and Grayston as well, and there's 2 parts to that. If one has to turn left into that corner, they'd go towards the center of Sandton, towards the Sandton City mall area, and then if one has to turn right at corner Catherine and Grayston, you go towards the Cromwell region as well. So just on the other side of the bridge towards the Innisfree Park area, there is also emergency services beyond this tunnel as well, to see in case anyone who was missing from this particular group happened to make their way across and under this bridge towards the other side as well. And this is more or less the 2 parts of this particular operation taking place as well. As you will see, these officials are just trying to do as much as possible to just get an idea of what they can recover, what they can rescue, if there happens to be any people around here as well. The major concern then also comes on whether there were children involved in this particular situation. Initial reports had come through, but that's yet to be confirmed, is that there may have been children in this particular congregation, and they were perhaps linked to a church group as well. But we are still waiting on official confirmation from emergency services as well. But just to summarize in terms of what we are seeing, just entering the Sandton region, operation starting yesterday at the corner of Catherine and Grayston, there was a search and rescue and search and recovery operations are taking place by emergency services to just try finding at least one of those or few of those 12 people who went missing due to those flash floods which took place yesterday afternoon, as we had those heavy rains between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. in Johannesburg.
Very much for that update. For now, we say thank you. We'll touch base with you in a few moments.